What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 179 prediction video. I'm super excited for this. Happens Saturday. Let's get into it. First up, I'm choosing Carlos Diego Ferreira to beat Benel Dariush. I'm choosing Lucas Martins to beat Darren Elkins. Now, Fabio Maldonado versus Hans Stringer. Kind of going back and forth on this one. I need to see more of Hans. I've seen a few fights, but I just kind of need to see more. I've seen plenty of fights on Fabio. Hans, to me, seems like he's a little bit more cerebral than Fabio is. A little bit better cardio, has a lot of submission victories. If he can push this fight all 3 rounds, I think he might be able to get a decision. Might be able to get a submission once Fabio gas tank starts to go down a little bit, because we know he's known to gas. Now, can Hans make it out that first round though? I'm not sure. Can he handle the power, the brawl, the chaotic stand-up game of Fabio? I'm not quite sure. I am going to choose Fabio, but I'm not sure on this one, so I could be wrong. Next up, co-main event. And I'm so unclear on this one. This is the 4th video that I've done because I like to do them in one take, so if it takes too long or I make too many mistakes, I'll start over. I've picked Phil in one video, I've picked Glover in one video, picked Phil again, picked Glover again. This is like the 5th video. I don't know. I do know that this fight is extremely important, not in the way of whoever wins is going to get a title shot, but in the way of whoever loses will be pushed out of the title talk. There's just too much talent in the top 10. You've got rumbling on in, baby. You've got DC's next. Gustafsson's out there. Rashad's ranked number 3. It's just too much talent. Whoever loses, talk about a setback. You might have to wait 2-3 years before you get a shot at whoever the champ may be at that point. Now, Glover, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he opts for his hands. He got a great striking game, great stand-up game. Knocks people out. Definitely hits harder than Phil Davis, for sure. Phil Davis, excellent wrestler. Great submissions, very smart, good cardio, better cardio than Glover. I can tell you that right now. Better cardio than Glover. Will he be able to get Glover to the ground? To me, this fight all depends on where this fight takes place. Will it take place mostly standing? Will it take place on the ground? Can Glover knock him out? I'm not sure, because Rumble didn't. And I believe that Rumble hits a little bit harder than Glover. So again, Phil is, even when he was getting his butt whooped, he had some damage, but not as much as some other people. Well, he knows how to move. He's got good defense. He's just a smart fighter. Glover also is coming off of a loss and got his butt whooped by the champ, John Jones. So this is serious. Whoever loses is going to have 2 losses in a row, and it's not good. So will Glover be able to keep it standing, and for how long? In that first round, I do think he will be able to. He'll be at full strength, but then again, so will Phil. Again, if this fight stays standing the whole time, I think a decision will go in favor of Glover. I think he'll be able to lay hands on him enough and do enough damage to sway the judges in his favor. If this fight stays on the ground most of the time, I think it'll be in favor of Phil. Phil's very strong on the ground. He has a strong top game, good submissions. He might, submission attempts, even though they may not go all the way through, just the attempts to keep his position. I believe if it stays on the ground, it'll be in favor of Phil. Who will be strong on the ground? Glover's super strong, but again, wrestlers have a mechanical strength that is embedded in them through their training that you just don't see in other art forms. So on the ground, I think Phil will be stronger than him. So it's a matter of where this fight takes place, and I don't know. Since Glover, his cardio is a bit more suspect and Phil's is not, I'm going to call it for Phil. If there's not a ref stoppage in the first round, maybe? I'm calling it for Phil, but let's go ahead and move on. Main event. And my boy, Jose Aldo. I'm trying to get that Z in there. Jose Aldo versus Chad Mendes II. The first fight, Jose KO'd him in the first round with an amazing knee in the very last second of the first round. Oh, it was heartbreaking for Chad. It was a competitive round. I'm really interested to see how this fight's going to go. Chad is much improved. Much improved. At first, he was a one-trick pony. Great wrestler. Now, he's got hands. Combinations. He has submissions, and he's a smarter fighter. And his cardio is outstanding, which it was in the first fight. We just didn't go past the first round. His cardio is better than Jose's. Speaking of Jose, real quick, I don't want to hear any, it's Jose. It's not. I did my research. There are videos with managers, his manager. There are videos with him and his translator. Plus, he's not Spanish. He is Brazilian and they speak Portuguese. And in Portuguese, the J is not pronounced as an H. Sometimes it's a hard J, like here in the United States. Sometimes there's a Z in there, Jose, which is how I usually pronounce it. So I'm right, and the Jose people are wrong. Now, he's got better cardio than Jose, for sure. Everyone's saying that Jose has been complacent and that he hasn't improved in years, which I agree with. It happens when you haven't lost in years. However, look at the recent events. GSP vacates his title. Long reign over. Anderson Silva loses twice. Long reign over. The longest reign. Renan Barão, undefeated for 8 years. His good friend, close teammate, loses after 8 years. I'm hoping that these events will have lit a fire in Jose that we haven't seen in years. I'm hoping. And until I see that it hasn't, that he refuses to get better, I'm going to stick with the champ. I'm going with Jose. And yes, that's right. It's Jose Aldo. Talk to me. Let me know your picks, any injury updates, the name controversy. Talk to me. Take care and goodbye.